For nearly 2 decades, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban were the rare celebrity couple that made you believe in love. Red carpets, award speeches, public declarations of affection. Through rehab, career highs, and raising 2 daughters, they looked unshakable. So when news broke that their 19-year marriage had officially ended in January 2026, fans weren't just surprised, they were genuinely stunned. And almost immediately, one name started surfacing everywhere. Russell Crowe. Old rumors, long friendships, dramatic headlines. But what is actually verified? Let's unpack this carefully, because the real story is more nuanced than the tabloids would have you believe. It started at the Day USA Gala in Los Angeles in January 2005. 2 Australians meet, sparks fly. Nicole later admitted she had such a crush on him immediately. Keith waited 4 months to call her, but when he did, things moved fast. By May 2006, they were engaged, and on June 25, 2006, they married in a beautiful ceremony in Manly, Australia. Guests included Russell Crowe, Naomi Watts, and Hugh Jackman. It seemed like a fairy tale ending for Nicole, who was fresh from her divorce from Tom Cruise. But the marriage was tested almost immediately. Just months after the wedding, Nicole staged an intervention for Keith's alcohol and drug addiction. He checked into rehab for 3 months. Keith later said, "I caused the implosion of my fresh marriage. It survived, but it's a miracle it did." That honesty made fans love them even more. They built a family. Daughter Sunday Rose in 2008 and Faith Margaret via surrogate in 2010. They settled in Nashville, far from Hollywood. And for years, they seemed to have cracked the code on making a celebrity marriage actually work. As recently as June 2025, Nicole posted a photo of them embracing for their 19th anniversary with the caption, "Happy Anniversary, Baby." Nobody saw what was coming. Then September 29, 2025 arrived. TMZ breaks the news. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban have separated. According to multiple sources, they had been living apart since the beginning of that summer. The very next day, Nicole filed for divorce in Nashville, citing irreconcilable differences. Sources told People magazine that Nicole didn't want the separation and had been fighting to save the marriage. But the official documents show both parties signed the dissolution agreement, suggesting they ultimately reached a mutual decision to move on. Their last public appearance together had been just months earlier at the FIFA Club World Cup in Tennessee. The same month Nicole posted that anniversary tribute. On January 6, 2026, the divorce was finalized. 19 years of marriage officially over. The court documents say irreconcilable differences, the classic Hollywood catch-all. But the fuller picture is one of 2 incredibly successful people whose careers and lives pulled them in completely different directions. Keith had spoken openly about the sacrifices his music demands. In interviews, he described life on tour as sometimes lonely and miserable, and called music not a job, but his entire purpose. Meanwhile, Nicole was filming Practical Magic 2 and preparing for another season of Big Little Lies. They were living separate lives on opposite sides of the world, and the distance took its toll. There were also fan rumors about Keith and a 25-year-old musician touring with him, but she explicitly denied any romantic involvement, and there is no verified evidence of an affair. The custody arrangement tells its own story. Nicole was named primary residential parent with 306 days per year. Keith gets every other weekend. Neither is paying alimony or child support. Both earn well over $100,000 a month, and remarkably, they don't even share assets. Everything was kept separate through trusts and LLCs. So why does Russell Crowe appear in every Nicole Kidman divorce story? Let's be direct about what's happening. Celebrity divorces follow a predictable media formula. First, announce the split. Then speculate about causes. Then find the supportive friend who might become something more. Russell fits that narrative perfectly. He's a major star, he's Australian, he has history with Nicole, and he's been through his own painful divorce. From a tabloid perspective, he's the ideal character to build a story around. But here's what we actually know for certain. Russell and Nicole have a genuine, decades-long friendship rooted in the Australian entertainment industry. They've known each other since their early careers. In 2018, they co-starred in Boy Erased, playing a married couple navigating their son's sexuality, emotionally demanding work that clearly deepened their bond. Russell called her performance extraordinary. Beyond that film, both served in leadership roles at the Australian Academy of Cinema and Television Arts, giving them ongoing common ground and regular contact. In 2019, Russell posted on social media after they happened to sit next to each other on a flight to Australia, calling Nicole one of my favorite people in the universe. This wasn't PR spin. It was years before the divorce, when there was zero reason for him to say it except genuine affection. And Russell Crowe is not someone known for empty Hollywood niceties. When he compliments someone publicly, it means something. Russell also went through his own devastating divorce from Danielle Spencer after 9 years of marriage. The split was finalized in 2018, the same year he and Nicole filmed together. He knows firsthand what it means to navigate co-parenting under public scrutiny, to keep your children protected while the press picks apart your private life. Now, outlets like OK Magazine and Radar Online, all citing unnamed insiders, have claimed Russell has been calling Nicole nearly every day, that they've had secret coffee meetups, that he's been sending her film scripts and encouraging her to throw herself into work. They claim his girlfriend is uncomfortable with their closeness. One anonymous source reportedly said Russell didn't hesitate when Nicole leaned on him. Compelling? Sure. Verified? No. Not a single one of these specific claims comes from a named source. There are no confirmed photographs of secret meetings. Russell has not made one public statement about Nicole's divorce, not an interview, not a social media post, not a comment to paparazzi. For someone who occasionally speaks his mind publicly, that complete silence is notable. Does it make sense that two longtime friends, both of whom understand the specific pain of a long marriage ending, might be in contact? Absolutely. But plausible is not the same as confirmed. And without confirmation, the details stay firmly in tabloid territory. What is undeniable is how Nicole herself has handled all of this. Since the split, she's appeared on magazine covers, debuted what fans called revenge hair at Paris Fashion Week, had a viral Jumbotron moment at a Sabrina Carpenter concert, and posted confidently on social media. On Valentine's Day 2026, she shared a sun-soaked selfie captioned Happy Galentine's, celebrating female friendship, looking radiant. She's been announced as co-chair of the 2026 Met Gala alongside Beyoncé and Venus Williams. She has Practical Magic 2 and Big Little Lies lined up. Her performance in Baby Girl has earned critical praise. Nicole Kidman is, by every visible measure, moving forward. Keith, for his part, has remained largely silent. The divorce settled without a messy legal battle. They reportedly spent Christmas 2025 together for the sake of their daughters. Co-parenting appears civil, even if things are emotionally cold between them. So here's the grounded truth. Nicole and Keith's marriage ended after nearly 2 decades, likely not because of one dramatic betrayal, but because two people with all-consuming careers grew in different directions. That's less cinematic than the tabloids want, but it's probably closer to reality. Russell Crowe is a genuine longtime friend who understands divorce from the inside. Whether he's been a source of support during this transition is entirely plausible. Whether the specific details, daily calls, secret meetups, a jealous girlfriend, are real remains completely unverified. What we know for certain is this: Nicole is resilient, Russell is a documented long-term friend, and whatever private conversations they may or may not be having belong entirely to them. Sometimes the truth isn't scandalous. Sometimes it's just two people who've known each other a long time, navigating a hard season quietly. And maybe that's enough.